Most newer nonfiction authors will jump right into writing. They just jump into it and they wonder later why their book didn't deliver results. And honestly, I was one of those people. That's how I started as an author. I started with just writing, just write it, and there you go. And what often happens is that the structure just sort of falls into a place, but it's kind of haphazard and it doesn't lead the reader in a good way. So when you start with structure, you can bake into the very weaving of your tale the transformation. Because your book, if it's going to grow your business, needs to lead the reader through a transformation. It needs to showcase your expertise and it needs to lead to your offers logically. So someone reads your book and goes, gee, I want to hire this person. And if you don't think of the structure first, you may lose one or more of those threads, and therefore your book doesn't work.
Pour a cup of clarity, sip a spark of insight. Coffee with Karma, your morning feels just right.
So in this episode of Coffee with Karma, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 structures that every entrepreneurial author needs to know if they want to grow their business with a book. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help visionary leaders, big thinkers, and seasoned established experts write, publish, and market client-attracting books to grow their business. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so that the YouTube algorithm will know that this is a good video for people like you who want to grow their business with books, and will push it out to more people like you who want to grow their business with books. So let's get to the 5 structures that every authorpreneur needs to know so they can write books that are effective in growing their business. Oh, and just as a caveat here, notice I'm saying different kinds of structures. If you are following someone who says there's one structure for a business, there isn't. Because it depends on your audience, it depends on you, it depends on the information you're sharing in the book. There are different kinds of structures that you can use to write your book. So there is no one size fits all. That's why I'm sharing with you 5. They aren't the only ones, but these are the 5 that I think work really well for client attracting books. So you can try them out. Give them a try. Now let's get to the first one. The first one is start with the transformation, not the topic. So you're writing a book that's going to solve a specific problem, taking someone from point A to point B. And there's a transformational arc that happens between those 2 points. What is that transformation? Organize your book along that transformational arc. What do they need to do first? What do they need to do next? What's that next milestone and what's the last milestone? Follow that arc so that they can go through your book experiencing the transformation as they read. Basically, what you're doing is you start with that transformation and then you're going to reverse engineer how the book and the process should work. And you may already know that, so that's fine. If you know it, then you don't have to re-engineer, you got it. But start with the transformation, not the topic. Number 2, you've got a signature framework, use it. For example, I have what I call the Carma code. Yes, it spells my name, C-A-R-M-A. And each letter represents a specific thing in the code. When I write that book, I will have each chapter be C-A-R-M-A. I have another book that I've been working on that's all about my celebrate you, own your awesome philosophy. And each chapter, the first letter forms a sentence of I am awesome, with each letter being a piece of the puzzle of the whole owning your awesome philosophy. If you've got a signature framework, it can form the framework of your book. And if you don't, you can create one. So that is one structure that works really well, is the framework structure. Number 3, the stuck to success arc. This is very similar to what I was talking about, the first one with the transformation, but basically you're really playing up. This is the stuck place where the people are starting. And this is the success place where they're successful. I've heard other words, like I have one mentor who calls it pain island, pleasure island. It's like, here's the icky place where your reader currently is and they don't want to be in anymore. And here's the wonderful happy place where they want to be. And your book follows the arc from icky place to happy place. That is another structure. It is similar to the transformation, but its emphasis is slightly different. Transformation is about, I'm going to lead you from caterpillar to butterfly. Whereas the stuck to success art is, I'm going to lead you from pain to pleasure. If you are enjoying this video so far, then I highly recommend that you pick up this new workbook that I've created. It's called the Blueprint to Authority. And what this does is it takes you through my 4-step process that I lead all my clients through in my road trip to authority process. And it's in a nice little workbook format so it can get you kickstarted on your book. If you want that, there's a link to it below. I will include that in the show notes. And basically, it's called Blueprint to Authority. I've just released it. This is the first week I'm even talking about it. So you can grab it. It's really cool. I'm really excited about it. Number 4, map your business funnel. So what this does is it starts with, how do you want this book to lead people into your business? You map that first. And then that information can inform the structure of your book. Basically, you want to choose a structure that will naturally lead people into your business. So, for example, let's take my book. It all starts with an idea. Basically, my philosophy of how you develop and create and identify an idea for a client attracting book. My initial fine-tuned version of that is in the current version of the book. Now that AI is available, I have AI tools that help people do that. So what I'm going to be doing with the new version is infusing it with the AI tools so that you can really strongly identify your idea. Now, one thing that's already in there is my book idea validation bingo. It's a bingo card, and you try to get as much of the bingo things in there, and the more bingo spots you've got, the better your idea is. And you can get that by going in there, or you can just drop bingo and I'll give it to you. It's fine. You don't have to get the book. I'm not going to make you get the book to get the bingo card, but the book helps you understand what the philosophy behind the bingo card is. So it might be worth it. And I believe the book is only 99 cents. So it's on Amazon. Check it out. It all starts with an idea. I'll also put a link to it in the show notes. But that followed a framework that leads people to my business. In fact, the whole Authority Journey series, of which that is the first book, the entire series structured to gently, and maybe not so gently, lead people into my business. If you start with, what is your business and what do people need to know to most effectively work with you, build your book structure to lead them naturally into that. And number 5, prototype it with sticky notes. This is one of my favorite things. You take different colored sticky notes and you jot your different ideas of things you want to talk about in this. And then this works if you have a whiteboard, but if you don't have a whiteboard, windows are perfect for sticky note organization. You can do it on a mirror. If you've got one of those like full-length mirror sliding glass doors in your bedroom, works perfectly. Sliding glass doors out to your deck works perfectly. And you stick your ideas onto your window and then you rearrange it until the structure like is cohesive. Then you translate that structure into a document that makes it easier for you to actually write the book, because you don't want to leave the sticky notes up there forever, because believe me, the other people living in your house will not be happy about it. So don't do that. Work it, organize it. When it's done, translate it to a document and you're good to go. And this is probably the most adaptive structure because it doesn't actually have a structure. The structure is organic out of the information, and you only see it when it's, like, written and up on a big thing. I mean, there is software that can help you do it, but I've found that the visceral experience of sticky notes and glass helps me think better. So give it a try. If that works for you, I would love it. Hey, and if you've tried any of these methods and they've worked for you, let me know. Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear that my information that I'm sharing with you is actually helping you. That would be awesome. That's why I do this. I don't do this just so I can show up on camera because, I've got better things to do. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back on Wednesday talking about 5 common outline mistakes that are killing your book's impact. This is Karma Spence saying, ciao for now.
Bloopers!
And I just realized I'm kind of looking like an AI. I'm not AI. I promise you, I'm not. I'm really me. See, I have 5 fingers on each hand. Sorry for that little digression. Maybe I'll put that in the bloopers. Sometimes I have bloopers.